top. Important Clockwork's positioning, and yeah, exactly right. Look at the space that HOKORI play with Theological all the way around, straight on top of AME. That was the prime target that needs the
who isn't a huge SF picker, to get that early net worth boost and have that extra confidence off the back of that. It's going to go a long way towards HOKORI's success. They just want to shove out these lanes. They want to hit early levels before LGD do. I mentioned before that key timing around level 2 for the Tiny and Enigma lane. Pierre is able to get up to it as well. That would be... Now, they're actually keeping Gardeck up top here, just for the very start, to try and get a little bit more harassed. But I'm happy that they've switched up the lanes a little bit, just to be able to have the Clockwork in front here. You went dual ranged, it would have been a disaster, and even dual melee into the Dazzle. Very, very tough.
Feels like with this top lane with the... is the Winter Wyvern an easier hero to be able to get that Cinder Brew proc? Like, is there a little bit more synergy there? Is that also playing maybe a factor into the Wyvern playing up top?
Potentially a little bit. I mean, I don't think this is necessarily a lane where you need the cogs, so level 2 Rocket Flare would have done the job as well. But yeah, Wyvern can accomplish that as well. I literally think it's just to make the core's life a little bit easier.
See how those cores were able to get off to that start. As we are looking towards the level 2s, Lumiere already has his, thanks to all the experience he gained prior. Going to be up to Theological, but lane's not in the greatest spot for HOKORI to look to utilize the level 2s that are coming out shortly. Of course, there's always the beautiful thing about the Enigma, often playing with the creep wave close to your tier 1 tower.
Yeah, I mean, and this is kind of by design as well. I mentioned that they wanted to shove the lane out anyway, just to get those early spells up. So Theological's job is essentially to bait LGD to going on him. And if Lumiere's level 3, maybe you get the turnaround kill. Playing a little bit passively. He's taunting and maybe keeping the toss available for a potential throwback underneath the tower. Try and time it with the Eidolons looking to split, which they just do, and they've just hit level 2 as well. So this is where HOKORI need to be most mindful. Don't get caught out of position. Jinkyu going for the wraparound, seeing if he can find someone. Another 10 or so seconds left there on the Eidolons. Doesn't feel like they're confident enough yet to go for the kill. Back there on Shinkyu, but not the worst. LGD probably couldn't have gotten that kill with the Eidolons having such low duration. So top side, we can see Gardeck making a bit of a rotation through. Going to check if there's been any sort of situation be blocked up. Mid lane, nothing to say. He's having a pretty good time against the Kunkka. I mean, yeah, you're shoving out the lane a little bit, but I think all you really want to do is trade in this lane. You're never going to get a solo kill against a Kunkka.
Yeah, Analog just got the stick delivered, so we see a lot of heroes against the Zeus like to go for the stick straight away, sometimes even one as well, depending, but I felt like the stick wasn't required early on. Top lane, Vitaly's getting chased in the tree line. This LGD gotta be cautious with an early level of the Cold Embrace, keeping Vitaly healthy beautifully.
Looking to see when HOKORI want to take their team fights. They're gonna go for another smoke here on Analog. That's the Theological. 15 seconds left on the hook shot. So
Vitaly. Okay, Split's gonna come out. Faith Beyond was attempting to try and step in with the threat of the black hole. They're gonna turn to deal with AME. Someone needs to address the Dazzle though. He'll be able to utilize the Grave to protect AME for the moment, so the Sunder's gonna give him bonus health to play with now on the Terrorblade, and Vitaly needs to try and get some distance away, but the Primal Split soon to expire. They'll use the Thunder God's Wrath as well, just to scout him out in the tree line, so PSG.LGD. The first big skirmish victory for them in the jungle, of course. The potential for them to be able to push is through the roof as well. So they're just making sure they put themselves in a position where if HOKORI all show top, they can try and trade. There's nothing to say. Quick figures with the Yule Scepter and a hold Analog back, but he didn't know that Theological was in the neighborhood as well. So another hook shot on
HOKORI playing really effectively around their vision, especially considering the fact that you've got some of these instant jumps onto the back line. Going to be enabled even further once guarded.
Vitaly mid lane might be in trouble.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Bottom lane, nothing to say. Blows him up with the help of Shinkyu, and now AME's even going to TP in. They see Gardeck in the tree line, and another kill going the way of PSG.LGD. Beautifully done from them. They're going to be able to defend their tier 2 tower. It's a great angle. They're going to know where they are though with the Rocket Flare path. AME the first one. They'll see him for the moment with the vision. They're going to try and position to the left side. Analog wants this outpost for the potential of the buybacks, but Shinku, they group up. A double avalanche. They're not going to be able to have the follow-up damage. AME to the middle, but the instant use of the Cyclone. Unable to continue to right-click heroes for the moment, so HOKORI will continue to kite AME and go to the left side instead. As they blow up Faith Beyond, no Enigma for the team fight. Let's see how they can still take this. AME once again cycloned in the air. The ultimates are going to expire from Vitalis. The clockwork just runs into the middle straight to AME. The raid boss of the Terrorblade standing his ground off the back of the BKB. A Winter's Curse will buy them some time, but it's not the full duration to AME. He can get back to work. He can continue to right-click down the HOKORI members as Analog will fall. They even bought back on Theo. Feels like God, it has to be the X factor in this fight now. If you can catch up the Terrorblade.
So look at where they're pinging. They want to go the full wraparound. Great positioning from Vitali.
Instant use of the Thunder Gods as well. Scouts out the Primal. But the jump in from Theolocore and might give him enough time to get the Primal split up. But AME just turns and starts to right-click the members down. Bye-bye Winter Wire, and it's going to buy back to look to rejoin. But how do they address AME at the moment? Lumi's going into the middle. Charging up directly, but the green from Y might give him a time for the Sun and the Black Hole as well. AME's alive, and now they can turn it around. It's a right clicks, they're going to work. Lumiere will fall, and the rest of HOKORI will join him in the grave as PSG.LGD. They were seconds away from losing the team fight, seconds away from AME being
on this with the jump as well, so trying to bait it a little bit here. Not out anyone.
AME on the charge. They got division. AME, he's just going to jump off the higher ground. Target's guarding down first. A Cold Breeze will keep him alive, but nothing to say. Instantly blows him up, and up with the toss back as well onto Vitali. There'll be no split to protect the Brewmaster. And now they're on to more as Faith Beyond might be able to run into Analog in the tree line. A nice TPR down bottom as well. So, I mean, you're already far enough ahead. They got a DD on AME as well to play with.
And the bottom lane pushing in.
It's important if you can dispel it, but guarded again, the person that's going to be caught out. They need the Winter Wyvern in this team fight. The save along with the curse to potentially deal with AME is vital for them, but they will not have him.
This is the threat.
And AME, he's just going to jump into the T4 tower. A couple of crits. Oh my. AME just cleans up Analog. And Shinku is going to fall up as well, grouping them all together. Faith Beyond's waiting for the opening. Vitali won't be able to play with the split, but AME protected with the BKB for the moment, so he's able to reposition.
Radiant's middle tower.
Down the Dazzle though. Wyatt's going to be caught out for the moment. Buying a little bit of space, going to be nothing to say. Once again, the toss to force them to group up. As they're in with the Black Hole, it'll be stopped in its tracks. A lot of damage thanks to the Winter's Curse, but they've lost Lumiere. They've lost the main damage source, and the rest of the components are going to crumble as soon as the Shadow Fiend gets buried 6 feet under. This PSG.LGD can now look to close out this game 1, and yep, they've done it. GG's are called, and PSG.LGD, they will start off their TI-11 run with a victory.
They'd be sweating a little bit though. HOKORI made them work for it. I mean, they had the win probability until about the 30 or so minute mark of that game. On the road.